Now, Little Woody tells the judge his stomach hurt. Okay, Little Woody's tummy hurts. Well, my tummy hurt even saying that crap. But this is what happened when a rat get cornered, and that's what you have to see. And hopefully that'll prevent you from wanting to go out there and be a part of that street world, because it ain't worth it, because you ain't trying to get caught up and looking like Lil Woody right now. You know what I mean? We're going to get to that in a minute. But, if you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you just subscribe it, hit the notification bell. The key thing is the notification bell. All right? So let's get this thing started, man. All right? All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. I'm in the city chilling, and I'm sitting back and I'm watching this after doing 26 years in federal prison, and it irks my stomach, but this have to be done because I want the young people to see how you could wind up if you decide to go out there on the street and slide with your homie, whatever you think that you're doing to be slick, you know what I mean? And you getting away for at the moment, because that's all it is for at the moment. You know what I mean? If you think you could do that, do you. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Don't go down there because you don't want to wind up looking like this, sitting on the stand. Look how this thing play out, man. You know what I mean? He told a whole bunch of lies in the interrogation room to them peoples and did what he had to do. And, from him doing that, he winds up in this situation here testifying in a trial against a man that was putting up the money for a lawyer to get him out of prison. So I'm going to come over here and we're going to step into the courtroom real quick, right? And we're going to play Lil Woody right now.
Did the police ever come to you, or the district attorney's office ever come to you and discuss with you whether or not anything about you around Jeffrey when police are calling and his impression of it or reaction to it? They ever do anything to verify that, to your knowledge?
No.
It's made up, right?
But they said that their own mouth. You heard them in the investigation. You ain't giving us nothing. You bushing us. I mean, like they knew what I was doing. My stomach hurt bad, Judge. I feel like I had cramps.
Hold up. Did you just hear that? That man said he think he got a cramp. That man said he thinks he got a cramp. You understand testifying against your man. You know what I mean? Buried in prison. What do you think his stomach feel like right now? See, ain't nobody thinking about Thug right now. But this is about Thug right now. You know what I mean? I'm going to show you how I felt sitting on the stand in the courtroom with, my rat bastard. I'm going to tell you how I felt. And that's what we're going to speak about because, like I said, this is a gangster. If you don't want the gangster flavor, the gangster news, just get up out of here. I'm not with it. We ain't chasing views. We reaching the hard heads that's out there that was just like Unique Mecca Audio back in the days is the ones I'm trying to reach right now. And that's it. All right. Let's get this thing popping, man. Check out Lil Woody, right? His tummy hurt. Right? Oh, let me put this up here. Hold up. I'm gonna put it up here.
Listen, I'm telling. I'm tell you anything. Okay, if you could just listen to this first.
Listen to this right here.
You know what they did to me?
Tell us.
Listen what they did to him. Now, what you're about to see, this is not the Twilight Zone. You know what I mean? To you. But this is definitely the Twilight Zone to me. To see a man sitting on a stand, a man that ran the streets, that had a name on the streets for busting his gun as Lil Woody. That's what you're seeing on there. A straight gangster from this era. You know what I mean? But then once he opened his mouth and sat down with the peoples, Now, this is where everything that was done before that is wiped out and null and void. You can't straddle the fence. You can't be a gangster and a tattletale. It just don't work, you know? So that's where we at. And like I said, I'm gonna say it again. Disclaimer: this is not to, disrespect Little Woody. This is just to let the future Little Woodies know, how the game is played. If you want to be put in this situation, or do you want to get out the streets now? It's not too late to get out the streets. And this is my message to you. Whatever you choose to do, you do. See, this is what it is. Let me ride. I'm in a good mood. I'm gonna ride with you, right? Let me ride. Look, I'm gonna give it to you 100. You know what I mean? It's my channel, so I can do it the way I want to do it. Ain't nobody can censor me or nothing, right? So this is how we gonna do this. I'm doing this because I'm trying to reach the little dudes that's out there that think they're straight gangster. Where they're sitting, they're gangsters. But they need real gangsters to show them, the ones that have put time in. That's the only thing we have over these youngins is the time on this planet. That's all we have. The time we have on this planet. So it's not to disrespect them when we say that, but we have seen, listen, right? Let me take this back to the mathematics. You know what I mean? We're gonna take this back to knowledge, wisdom, understanding, right? I'm gonna show you how you gotta knowledge something, wisdom, and then understand it, right? So this is what it is. We go all the way back, and back in the 70s, we had a movement, and the movement was Black people stand up and Black people unite, and that pushed for the whole 70s. Then into the 80s came the Black Power movement. The Black Power movement is the, public enemy #1. You know what I mean? I'm taking you back. Yeah, y'all can say, yeah, I look like Flavor Flav, all that. I mess with Flavor. I ain't got no problem with Flavor. Right? You know what I mean? All crunchy black. Let's keep it 100, right? But I'm just a, handsome Black man, doing what I do and letting y'all know how, we run this, right? But now it goes through these phases, and then at somewhere it got lost, and from it getting lost, we wound up at the situation now where you can say what you want to say, do what you want to do, because there is no consequences to your actions. That's why you're seeing what Little Woody is doing. And I'm telling you, you don't want to put yourself in that situation. So it's best to just get out the street. Let me play this, man.
After January 10th, people started shooting at me and my family. February, I went to jail for trying to protect me and my baby and my girl at the time. They put me in Rice Street on some stuff called medical flow. It's somewhere hid in the jail. It stink. It's crazy people in there talking, yelling through the door, putting feces all on the window and on the wall. They locked me in the room. It's one door right here, it's one door right here, and it's another door back here, and it's another door back here. I'm behind this door. I don't see nobody, I don't talk to nobody, I'm by myself. I'm at the verge of losing my mind. People trying to shoot at me while they got me.
Yo, you hear this? I'm laughing, right? Because right now I tapped into the old unique. So right now I'm heartless. So I'm going to be just heartless right now to show you how the streets look at this. Woody, nobody give a crap about none of that. Welcome to prison, my trigger. Welcome to prison. That's what prison is like. You want to run the streets and bust your gun and get a name like Little Woody, you know what I mean? Or Little Woody, whatever it is, right? You want that name. This comes with that name. There's a time when they're going to put the cuffs on you and you got to man up, my man. You didn't man up. So I'm telling the youngins, if you feel any way like Woody is right in a smidgen, if you feel Woody's right, if you feel he's right, I'm telling you, you on the right path and stay there. The next step is to get out the street, because this is not for you. Under no circumstances do you tell. This man sat there for days and hours and years talking to these people, giving up information on his comrade while his comrade is trying to bail him out of jail by getting him a lawyer. What is going on? How did we get here? Little Woody's a gangster. I'm not gonna diss him. He's a gangster. But what you're doing right now, you lost all of that. So the respect and everything is gone from there. Now you could only be respected as Little Woody the Rat. I know it's hard, but I want the youngins to know what it is, and I'm trying to say it as soft as I can, but still as serious and direct as I can, so the youngins know you could be labeled a Little Woody the Rat too. Little Woody didn't know what he was getting himself into. He got himself way over his head dealing with these people. He didn't understand it was him against the whole United States, not just the whole Fulton County. So Woody got in over his head, man. And I'm trying to prevent y'all from getting in over your head. You know, it ain't worth it. Look what happened when you try and play with the devil. I say the devil because it's their job to take your freedom, your life, your liberty. That's the only reason I say that. And anyone that want to confine you is the devil. There got to be a way to communicate with each other, telepathy, you know, the way we were back in the days, you know, in the Egyptian days, where we could speak without, you know, even saying words. You know, you get with your girl and, you know, you laying there and you touch her, she feel all these different vibes and statements and emotions and, you know, everything rolling fine. That's that telepathy, you know? And if you can't communicate with that, with the people amongst the society, now you got an uncivilized society, you know? But let's get back to Lil Woody, man. I ain't gonna be here all day. Check it out. Right?
Locked in.
There's the conditions that he's crying about after he chose to run the streets. He chose to be a gangster, bust his gun, shoot up the barbershop, everything you heard him testify to. And then when he get caught, this is what he complains about. You're complaining about how your captors are treating you. You are a prisoner of war, Little Woody. Stop it. You don't get preferential treatment. I did not get preferential treatment. Let's get this doggone story right. You know what I mean? That's why I'm telling the youngins, don't do it. It ain't worth it. All this that Woody crying about it, whining and talking about his tummy hurt. Nobody want to hear that crap, man. Your tummy hurt. My heart hurt watching you. My heart hurt watching you. Because this is a disgrace. And I'm telling the youth, don't get involved so that they don't have to be on that side to feel that it's a disgrace. Stay over there where they feel that you ain't doing nothing wrong because they're not going to jail for nobody. You know where they stand, you know where you stand. Now you over there with them. And that's it. You know, but let's play this out. He's gonna cry about the conditions in prison. Come on, dog. I've been in 80X for 5 years underground, locked in. You know what I mean? Only allowed to go to wreck with the same people that's out there every day. Let's ride. We ain't ride yet. We ain't ride yet. We ain't ride yet. All right, we ain't ride yet. All right, now let's ride. I'm in 80X, right? There was this white dude. He's big and bulked up. I mean, this dude, yo, no lie, this dude looked like the Hulk, dog. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He looked like the Hulk, dog. You know what I mean? So he's sitting there and he's all swollen. And I'm talking about this like January up in Colorado in the mountains up in Florence, Colorado. You know where 80X at, right? That's where, you know, Larry Hoover, who getting ready to come home. I might do something on Larry later. You know what I mean? You know, Wayne Perry, Pistol Pete. There's a whole bunch of gangsters up there. I think Ted Kaczynski just passed away up there. Rest in peace to Ted Kaczynski, you know, because he's still a human being. And that's it, regardless how far the devil took him or allegedly took him, you know. So that's why I say rest in peace to the gorillas, because that's what made the jungle. God wanted these creatures in the jungle, and he chose a creature for us, and some of us jumped over and became other creatures on our own, going off the path of the creature equals character that God had for you. See, when you hear creature, you're thinking something monster. I'm talking about the character. Because some characters is going to be what you call good, and some is going to be called what they call bad. Now, so you understand. That's where we at. But Lil Woody crying about how he living in the jail, it's this hard. Listen to this crap, man, dog. You're a gangster. When they get you do your time and they do what they want to do as long as it's within the rights of what you have coming. But you haven't said anything there. They built the prison. They knew how they was building the prison from the architect, that they're going to have a door here, and then little black ass Woody on this door over here. And they knew that door over there was to break little black ass Woody. So they put little black ass Woody over there on that door so they could break him. As you see, this is a broken gangster. This is what you call a broken gangster. This is what he's complaining about. And it's hilarious to me. Yo, dog, I did 26 years in prison. I done been in prisons where they had a little round hole in the bottom of the bottom of the cell, and the floor go down like this to that little round hole, and that's my toilet, my brother. I had to stand over that with my hands on my knees and use the toilet, my dude. Do I complain about that, or do I say I broke the laws of the United States and it's the punishment they chose to give me? I must honor that as a man. That's how I looked at it. I must honor that as a man. But they must stay within the rights of what I got coming. And everybody that know me from the federal prison know I pushed them and told them, give me what I got coming. That's all I want. I want to die saying I lived and died for getting what I got coming to me. And that's what it is. You know, let me get back to he's hilarious. Listen to him crying about the conditions in the prison, y'all.
In this room, I can't talk to nobody. I can't see nobody. I'm locked in this room. They held me in that room for 3 weeks.
By yourself, Woody. That's called solitude. Woody, you supposed to meditate and get your head right. Instead, you thinking of ways to get out this cage that God chose to put you in for you to go through what you're going through to come out a sharper sword. But you tried to circumvent that and succumb to making a deal with the devil. And then now here you go, you're sitting in the devil's courtroom and you're saying, they treated me wrong. They could never treat you wrong in their courtroom. It's their courtroom. Don't you understand? You're just a guest. And they're going to get you for everything you're doing, little Woody. Don't do that, man. Let me finish this crying, man.
I got out of jail. I had a court date for another county where I never even been to for some charges I never even did. I don't steal out of stores.
Yeah. See, little Woody, let me tell you what's going on, Ron. Because maybe you don't know what's going on. Like I said, this ain't an issue. What you're describing from a man that served 26 years in federal prison is called diesel therapy. Diesel therapy. That means they just put you on a plane, put you on a bus, and fly you across the country and around the country and up and down the east and the north coast all day with your hands shackled with a black box and your feet shackled sitting on a plane. And end of the night, you wind up in West Bubba Huck. You understand? And then now they put you in some little county jail and you're looking at the people that you've never seen before and you feel like you're on another planet. And they're looking at you like you're a monkey trapped in a cage. That's what this street brings you. That's what you sign up for. That's what you signed up for. Stop it, Woody. You're whining. You sound worse than a Jamaican belly blood clot dancer. Stop whining, youngster. Stop it. And that's it. You know, let's get back to Woody.
I went down to that courthouse and tried to get it situated. Went in the wrong courtroom, told the deputy, hey, my name is such and such, such. I missed court. I'm here to fix it. He said, oh. I gave him my name, told him what happened. He said, oh, you got a warrant. And he locked me up. They put me right back in jail. I stayed in jail a whole month. I had to use the money for selling my four-wheeler to pay an attorney to come represent me. I got the lawyer to come represent me. That lawyer.
Yeah, he sold his four-wheeler to get out of jail. But yet he out there busting his gun. So how much money was he really making busting his gun if he had to sell his four-wheeler? No disrespect to Woody. But just to show you how you might have to sell your laptop or your PC and you can't come on here on the fly-ass channels like Unique Mecca Audio that give you nothing but jewels. You understand what I'm saying? You hear me? Oh, I'm not making no sense, the words that are coming out of my mouth.
He got me a bun. A friend of mine gave my baby mama the money to pay my bun. She paid my bun. I got out of jail. The very next day, Atlanta police came into the gym with a whole lot of them. They got me, said that this my bag, this my gun. They took me from my neighborhood to Turnerfield. They questioned me. I told them it wasn't my gun. They let me go. They came back and get me June 10th. They questioned me. I was at the verge of losing my mind because every time I come outside, they keep locking me up.
Dog, they're a gangster. They're supposed to go to lock you up. If they target you, that just means they're doing their job and you're doing your job as far as leaving a legacy. When they target you and people know they're targeting you, now you're in the big leagues. If you want this big leagues and then to wind up having life plus 20 and waking up every day thinking that, man, I got to die today to be free. This was my thoughts for 26 years. I got to die today to be free. So I may die a captured soldier of the war on drugs. Because y'all don't understand, that's the part of history that we're all connected to from the 80s and 90s. In another 50 and 100 years, America will study the war on drugs, and a lot of us you're seeing on YouTube will be covered in that documentary 50 years from now, after we're long gone. See, that's how my mind works. Because I want to predict my future, but still go on the same path that God is trying to send me on. So when I chose to hit the streets and do what I do and bust my gun and sell drugs and run up and down, bring girls from Miami to New York and go to Virginia selling 330 kilos and going to D.C. selling kilos, I knew what came with that. The handcuffs came with that. The standing up as a man came with that. And if you feel anything I'm saying is wrong, you're on the right track. That means get out the game. Because you're dead wrong for getting in a lane that you don't know. And God forbid, you put yourself in a situation that you think is one thing, but a man from the street think is another thing. And it costs you or your loved one their earthliness. You understand what I'm saying? I can't get no more real in this. I just feel like going at it right now. Just even looking at this Lil Woody toy. You know what I mean? Because you really get to see what a rat look like. This is a gangster rat. You know they got gorilla pimping. Gorilla pimping was the dude that beat a girl up to get her to sell a coochie. You know what I mean? And you had the player. The player that, he talk out of it, talking and feel like she the most beautiful flower and she have to go out and do what she got to do and bring back, the sunlight back, the rainbow. You know what I mean? Which is the pot of gold. Which is the money. That's how that is. Everybody play a role, but you have to know your position. And that's the problem with us. A lot of us don't know our positions. When you get on this YouTube and you start talking about people you don't know about and you start making up things, that you know for a fact is not true. You know what I mean? And that's right there shows that something is not right. I ain't got to say no more. But let me finish playing Lil Woody.
They got me. They did it. They held me in the interrogation room for a whole day, probably. I don't know. They put me right back in Rice Street, put me right back behind all these doors. They constantly kept doing it to me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't at this point, like, man, I'm tired of keep reliving this stuff. I'm tired of it.
Then get on the stand and testify against your man, Young Thug, and be a rat and be labeled as a rat, and don't say you're not a rat and run around here and say that, oh, because I'm getting on the stand, I'm doing it because this, I'm doing it because that, because I was tired and all that. Nobody want to hear that crap, Woody, period. See, I sound like I'm the Woody Woodpecker right now? That's what you sound like. You just hammering at the wood. Stop it, Woody. You know what I mean? Leave them people alone. You played the game and you lost. Move on. Get over it. Adjust. That's it. That's what life is about. When they put me out of prison after 26 years, I couldn't complain about it. I couldn't pay my bills. I couldn't get no money out my girl. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. I couldn't complain about none of that. Because the bottom line is, I must fix it as a man, not complain about it. but fix it. So I'm not going to use my brain cells and my energy worrying about what I don't have and what is not working right. I'm going to use that same brain cell and energy to put it towards where I want to go to make it right. And that's where all that energy goes. Just so you understand. If I'm saying something you don't understand, raise your hand, put it in the comments. Oh, and if it's something you want me to cover, let me know. I'm getting ready to start doing some covering different news throughout the nation. So if it's some stories you see you want to send me, send it to the phone number, you know what I mean, that normally come on the screen. I got to put it, let me put it up here so you can see it. That's the phone number, get ready to come up. You know what I mean? So we give you a different outlook right now. You can send whatever content you want me to talk about or you want me to see to 917-680-9091. If you want your name recognized, if I use the story, put it in the text. All right? So now, let's get back to Lil Woody.
I'm tired of it, man. I'm sitting right here. I got cramps, man. I got knots in my stomach, man. I haven't ate none. I tried to eat yesterday. I haven't ate today. Y'all sitting up here. I asked for a break. I asked. I'm in pain right now.
Listen to him. This is a gangster. He's crying out for help from the enemy that he's in pain. Woody, do you really think they give a crap if you're in pain? You broke the laws of the United States and had to sign into an immunity agreement to testify against your comrade to keep your black home. While you do what you can for the government to lock up your comrade when you chose this side that your comrade is sitting on. You went against everything possible that a man stands for, which is his word. You gave Doug your word when he bailed you out. I got you, homie. I know you there. I don't have to be there to know you did that. Because you all do that, but we just have to siphon through who's who and know a rat bastard when we see them. You know, I feel like this hitting the... Come on, man. Let's get this thing right. They treat me bad.
I understand it might be my fault. I'm telling y'all, I made it up. I lied. Damn, man. This is crazy.
No, it's not.
I'm telling y'all, my stomach hurting, man.
Oh, my belly hurt.
With the honorable court's order, we're going to be leaving in a little bit of time.
Now you pacifying them.
Can you try to just listen to the JW240EE that I just said?
With a napkin right now. Rocking Woody to sleep. Look at Lil Woody. He's thinking I'm pissed. I would have killed something. Right now, I can't get to him.
If you need it, could you put in your earphone?
Hey, y'all got me.
I can hear it.
You know, now he back to, you know, I can hear it.
I hate jail. I hate jail, man.
Listen,
I be damn about this nigga. He shouldn't wait. Man, my nigga try to kill me and my child, bro. And then he come out and kill me, bro. Listen, I'm telling you, man, but you.
Mr. Copeland,
his face.
With your background and your experiences in jail, is it fair to say that you would do anything not to go to jail?
Answer the question, boy.
Mr. Copeland.
That's all they're saying right now.
Can I ask you a couple of questions?
That's all they told you.
I'm listening.
Okay.
He right now, he thinking I'm going to kill everything in this courtroom, but I can't get my hands on him.
For people who've never been to prison or jail, do you know the difference, by the way?
Look at this.
Y'all know the difference.
Objection out of relevance.
Look at his face.
Sustained.
Whether it's a prison or jail, is it fair to say that
Rice Street is not either one. There's not prison or jail. I don't know what that place is. This is the worst place in the world.
do you remember being in custody after Friday, June 7th, 2024, after the first time you testified before the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, and before you came back in the late morning of Monday, June 10th, 2024. Do you remember where you were held?
You told me they locked me up here?
Yes, sir.
What about it?
Do you remember where were you held in the Fulton County Jail, another jail? Do you remember?
When they took me out of here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Where were you held?
They took me to Rice Street, and then the next day came, they took me from Rice Street to DeKalb County Jail. And they damn near just as worse as Rice Street.
And DeKalb County Jail, describe to the ladies and gentlemen jury what it was like when you were in that jail.
Objection relevant, Your Honor.
Goes to his motivation for testifying here.
I don't need to get that far afield. He's already told us that Rice Street is horrible. It's the worst place in the world, and DeKalb is even worse. So let's move on.
Okay. Mr. Copeland, after giving law enforcement officers this information that the prosecution has played for you, January 11th, 2015, recorded interview, January 28th, 2015, recorded interview, February 20th, 2015, recorded interview with murder, right? For Donovan Thomas.
Can you say it again?
Yes.
I heard the interview. You said I got charged with murder?
Yeah. Do you remember being served? No, I'm marking Jeffrey Williams number 245. May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm going to show you this, Mr. Copeland. If you need any assistance,
Listen to this right here.
let me know. Do you remember
Listen.
Detective Thorpe swearing out a warrant for you for the offense of murder for you knowingly and intentionally with malice aforethought on January 10, 2015 at 330 McDaniel Street, Atlanta, Fulton County, state of Georgia, did participate in the
Objection, Your
drive-by
Honor.
shooting?
Hang on just a second. Yes?
Reading something that's not into evidence and relevance.
All right, see, let me explain to y'all what just happened, right? Because a lot of y'all missed this. I'm sorry, it's 30 minutes in, so y'all could put in a timestamp in the comments. This is 30 minutes in because I got the timer right here, 32 minutes and 30 seconds in. Yo, what they just did, right? They just showed the reason why he's testifying is because he was charged for murder. At his last interview when they said, we're done with you, Woody. Woody, we're finished with you. This is how they talk to Woody. You know what I mean? Yo, Woody, let me get to the camera. Yo, Woody, we're done with you, dog. You know what I mean? You've been lying to us, spinning us, got us chasing our tail, looking like clowns, feeling like a squirrel with a little brain like you described me. You know what I mean? Like, or like you're gonna describe me. Because I know how your type work, Woody. This is what the cop telling them. You know what I mean? Because I done had to deal with all these people, over these 60 years that I've been out here. 50 years on the street, 50 plus. Now, check. From all of that going on, right? Little Woody's sitting there right now, and they told them straight up, you understand? This is it. We're not playing no games with you. All right? So you're not getting no deal, and I'm going to run that back so you understand. Look, check Woody out.
Detective Thorpe swearing out a warrant for you for the offense of murder for you knowingly and intentionally with malice aforethought on January 10, 2015 at 330 McDaniel Street, Atlanta, Fulton County, state of Georgia, did participate in the
Objection, Your
drive-by
Honor.
shooting.
Hang on just a second. Yes?
Reading something that's not into evidence.
See, they want to shut that down immediately because Brian Steele want the jury to know that he was charged with murder. Now he's going to go into what happened, you know what I mean, with that murder charge that they gave you. Why did they dismiss it? Did they dismiss it? Where is that murder charge, Mr. Copeland? And that's what Brian Steele going to ask him, talking from Unique Mecca Audio, right? Make sure you hit the notification button, all right? I'll check so you know when I drop my joints. Now, they asked him, where you at? What are you going to do, Woody? Tell me, like, where do you really go from here? I love this part, man.
For you for the offense of murder for you knowingly and intentionally with malice aforethought on January 10, 2015 at 330 McDaniel Street, Atlanta, Fulton County, state of Georgia, did participate in the drive-by shooting.
Hang on just a second.
You see how quick they jump in and try and shut that down? They don't want the jury to know that Woody is being charged with murder and got a murder charge over his head because whatever immunity he signed does not cover an act of violence such as murder. So they can still charge Woody with this murder, and y'all stay tuned to see how they play out in this Little Woody saga so you can see how a rat go through the maze. This is how a rat, remember the maze, they used to put the rats in and they go through the maze and find their way out, and that's why they say, oh, they got human brains because they found their way out. You know what I mean? And you meet them on the other side, you give them a little cracker, pop. You know what I mean? Because they found his way out. Woody had his little cracker, had his little time, and Little Woody figured his way out the maze to get a couple of years run. But then now the Grim Reaper comes to reap, you know what I mean? Their reward or exchange for allowing you to have those extra 4 years, Woody. That's all that happened. That's all I want you young people to understand that's watching this, that they allowed Woody 4 years and told him we would extend that 4 years if you bring us Young Thug, but you have to be on camera, on the court TV, at Law and Crime, thanks to them for a lot of this footage. You understand what I'm saying? So go check them out. That's where I get a lot of this footage from. But then I break it down in my own words. So I like the collaboration with Law and Crime. You know, Law and Crime, that's all you got to put in. And it come up, those 2 words. That's where I get this footage from. But I'm just breaking it down in layman's terms so you could understand what is going on. Woody done screwed all the way up. He was charged with murder. They took the murder off the table for him to testify. So not only is he looking at the little time in jail, you know, until they all go to trial, whether, you know, the 1 or the 16, you know? So that's where we at with Lil Woody. But now he's looking at a murder charge is what Brian Steele just revealed. And we're going to play it from there. So right there, you know he's testifying to not go to jail for murder. He already said he wouldn't go to jail for nothing in the world. So they're going to eat him up. The closing statement, when Brian Steele go up there, watch the way he going to describe Little Woody. You know what I mean? And Little Woody going to be pissed at him, you know, when he get to really describe it, how you really look to the world, Little Woody. You know, you're confused, you're trying to bounce back. So now you're giving them Little Woody in the courtroom, and that's a good thing. Just continue to stay Little Woody, be a good, productive citizen, and do the right thing is all I'm going to suggest to Little Woody.
Yes. Reading something that's not into evidence and relevance.
They don't want
Okay.
that murder
Well,
charge.
I ruled on relevance. What was the first thing?
That he's reading something that's not in.
All right. So have him. Are you asking him whether he recognizes it? Just
Sure. Did he
ask
get
him,
charged?
do you recognize it? That's
Okay.
the way to do that.
Okay, look at Jeffrey Williams, number 245. It's several pages, but this is the first page at first. Do you recognize that as the warrant taken for your arrest for murder of Donovan Thomas by Detective Thorpe on October 20th, 2015?
They're Little Woody like, damn. Is it going to hurt me if I say that? Is it not going to hurt me?
Yes?
Let me see.
Wait,
Do you recognize that?
This way he thinks. I know.
it's a warrant paper.
For you?
Yeah,
True?
my name on
I see my name on it.
Okay. And that's Detective Thorpe? Swore it out, right? Do you see
Woody
that?
claimed that he can't read to the hall. Woody,
Gotta show
remember,
me.
he told him he can't read.
May I approach your honor?
You may.
May I approach you, Mr. Copeland?
Woody. They got to point it out to Woody because Woody's saying, I can't read.
You see that?
Yeah.
Do you see the date on there, Mr. Copeland? October 20th, 2015?
You said who?
October 20th, it says 10/20/15, 2015.
No, I don't see it.
May I approach your honor?
Look
You
how
may.
Woody claimed
Are you
this
gonna
all the way
ask
to
him
the-
whether it
Nah, I
was
don't
served
even
on
see
him?
Numbers.
'Cause
I'm
he
all
didn't
the way
really
confused
answer
right
whether
now.
he
This
recognized.
is what a rat look like. Cop the book of Rowan Harlem behind me, man, at rowanharlem.com or over at Amazon.
Yes.
And at that time, you were in federal custody at the Robert A. Dayton Detention Center. When I say that time, October 20th of 2015, you were awaiting the federal charges that eventually you were sentenced to 51 months in custody, right?
No, I was sentenced to 5 years.
Okay.
He said, get that right. I was sentenced to 5 years in custody over there at that joint. So don't sit there telling me all that. I'm not trying to hear none of that crap. That's what Lil Woody's telling them. You know what I mean? I was sentenced to 5 years for a gun after I done gave them all this information. I thought I'd be free. I thought this would be over. And now you're dragging me in this courtroom, showing the world that I'm a rat. After I've been lying, I had a beautiful alibi that I wasn't a rat. You done blew my alibi up. You done blew everything up. I don't know what I'm going to do with y'all, man. And y'all keep calling me up in your courtroom to play your game. When is this crap over? But Lil Woody, you signed up for this forever. So when another big major rap trial call, you will be on the stand to revive your viralness. You understand? Because you will be called again and again. Because you're always going to be there. And if you plead the fifth, it's going to look just like what it looked like. So you need to figure out what you're going to do for the next big trial down there. Because they're going to use you as the, you know, all that information that you told them. They just showing the thug information. Remember, there was other information that was said that no one's seen, that wasn't relevant to this case, because that's another ongoing investigation. You understand? So, you know, that's where we at. All right? Now, check him out.
Apologize. 60 months in custody. Apologize. While you were held at the Robert A. Dayton Detention Center in Clayton County, do you remember that?
Lovejoy.
Yes, Lovejoy. Do you remember being served by a United States Marshal these warrants while in Lovejoy?
No, my attorney told me.
Okay. And you were charged with what crimes?
He just said murder.
All right. For Donovan Thomas, right?
That's what he said.
Okay. So after Detective Thorpe, you knew that he worked with Detective Gaither, right?
What you mean?
They were co-workers. They were working. They interviewed you together, interrogated you. You knew that he worked with Detective Dennis, right?
Right.
You knew he worked with...
That's what it is, right? So Lil Woody is sitting here and he's trying to figure out a way out of this situation. So he tells on his best friend that even went to bail him out while he was locked up. Do you want this to be you? Do you really want this to be you? If not, my suggestion to you is to get out the street, stop breaking the law, because when they grab you, whoever you chose to work with to break the law, whoever that is, they might turn out to be another Lil Woody. You see what a real live rat look like. You see how the process in the court look like. Y'all need to give a round of applause to social media right now. Y'all need to give a round of applause to social media right now. You know, been on here long enough. Cop the book of Raw and Harlem. Hit the notification bell if you already subscribed. Hit the notification bell if you already subscribed. You got that? Now, the next thing, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. And you already know what time it is. The likes is always welcome. All right, let's get this thing moving, man.
Cheers, cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
King of 26, back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions is a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in home. You cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you can go and visit. Then you can consider yourself linked in. Sit front row and get juice from a kingpin. I went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. Did not pay attention with stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block. Did his time, never swilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Cheeze in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spending a couple bands on the dapper thing. You back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, this is a roaring uptown. Baby horn uptown, Dominican bust down. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend the air. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars, it's about